Okay, hi Tech Legion. Here we are at the component installation. As you can see, I started with the radiator because I was just curious about it. In the top section here, where your optical drive bays can go, there's a little shelf. Now there's enough room to put your rad in a push-pull configuration, but unfortunately, if you want to keep your system tidy, the shelf here, if you're using compression fittings like these, the compression fittings actually come down and hit the shelf. So a little small note there, not a big deal, but what's ended up happening here is that you have to have your fittings on this side, which keeps everything kind of in the open, and it doesn't give you a really clean look as if you had your fittings hidden by this side out of the window way of the case. At any rate, what we had to do first before we installed the rad was remove the 140mm fan that came on the top, and what we did is we put our 3 fans up here. There's a nice little area that you can put your fans in the top, and then mount your rad directly below it, like so. So that was just a little test fitting I wanted to do, but we'll work around it. Obviously the radiator is going to have to go on this side here, and the tubes are going to have to come down this side here. So next what we're going to do is we're going to install the offsets, kind of line up our water stuff like our pump and res and stuff like that. But what I'm thinking of doing is taking out and leaving out the bottom hard drive cage and taking out this little shelf here and mounting the pumps down here, so it's kind of set back out of the way. So anyways, we'll continue on. Every time I stick something in, I'll update here, obviously, and yeah, we'll get this put together and let you know how it goes. Okay, so all I've done so far is I've installed the offsets like I said I would, and I removed the bottom hard drive cage mounting bracket. Now once this little bracket where the hard drive cage slid into was removed, you can now mount a 240 rad at the bottom. So far this case is actually pretty impressive. It houses a triple and a dual radiator. Lots of rooms, very easy to work with so far. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to install the motherboard and the water pump, and we'll pick it back up from there. Okay, so I got the motherboard in. As you can see, I got the reservoir in and the pumps in, and I just added the 2 hoses just to make things a little easier. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the PSU, which goes down here. Pretty straightforward stuff. Just put it in, line it up, and it's as easy as that. Now all you have to do is put the screws in, and that's good to go. Lots of wire management down here, so this is going to be a pretty clean build. Once we get the PSU mounted, I'll pull all the cables through the grommets down here, and I'll finish up running the tubing from the return on the radiator to the input on the reservoir, and then from the output of the pump into the CPU block. I just want to make sure all the cable or the tubing lengths are all proper and stuff like that, and we'll pick it up from there. And once we have the rest of the tubing put in, we'll put in the GPU and hook up all the wiring, and then that'll be it for the build. We'll have to obviously put in our optical drive, and that'll be the last piece, along with the hard drive, which we'll put in this hard drive caddy up here. Okay, so we have our water pump hooked up. We've done our leak test for the last 24 hours. Now I'm going to finish installing the GPU and then hooking up the motherboard and all that kind of stuff, graphics card, optical drives, hard drives. Pretty simple stuff. right? Just got to loosen off the thumb screws back here for the graphics card. And I have a 3-slot GPU that I'll be putting in. So I'll take these out, which are in there really tight for some reason. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we're going to be putting in the Asus GTX 560 Ti, which is a triple slot card. Just line it up, slide it in, locks it into place. And we take our thumb screws and secure the GPU. And that is pretty much it for the GPU, other than running the power cords to it and stuff. So I'll pause it here and then we'll continue on. I'll just plug it on the wires and we'll come back and install the optical drives and hard drives. Okay, so we spun the case around, inserted the hard drives into the caddies, plugged in the data and SATA cables for power. Right here NZXT's added the little fan header, so we plugged that in. This is all the case fans and LEDs that came with the case are plugged in. Everything else is plugged into the motherboard directly. So now we're just going to put on the side panel on this side and insert the optical drive in the hot swappable bay, and then we'll be done the install. Okay, so we took off the face plates up front here, which come off really easy. Right, nice, simple, easy to use. And what we did is we slid in our optical drive, and it locked into position using the toolless retention system. And the reason it's kind of set further back is NZXT gives you this little hidden faceplate cover to cover your drive, and it blends in a little better. I decided to go ahead and install my Lambtron fan controller just to make things a little easier. The wires were kind of short, so I installed that to hook the fans up to the radiator. Everything else is run off the fan controller board that NZXT has included on the opposite side of the case here. I took the 140mm fan that was on the top and put it on the front, so now I have dual air intakes on the front. Another nice little thing that NZXT's done is all these little, everything just clicks into place. You don't have to undo screws or anything. You just push it in, click it, you want it out, push it, it comes out. Nice and easy. Same goes for the top, where the fans for the rad are. Right? Slide it into place, and then click it. Done. Louvers open and close, nice and easy. And that's it. That is the install for the NZXT Switch 810. One more thing that I forgot to mention is right here, this top bay is your USB 2.0 ports, USB 3.0 ports, an SD card reader, mic, headphone, and the reset button. So there you have it. That is the NZXT Switch. Thanks for watching.